Hello everyone, Alpha Soul here, and welcome to another video. Today we're actually going to go ahead and talk about Ashes of Creation and why its stock is so high within the MMO world right now. There is a lot of excitement for this game. I think it's warranted, but I think there are a lot of reasons for this apparent surge, if you will, in excitement for the game. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first reason, I believe, at its very core and base, is the game is exciting, right? The Kickstarter proved that back in, I think it was 2017. The Kickstarter proved the excitement that people are excited for the systems, whether it be, the class system, the trade skill system, the node system at its core, the corruption system. It's got all these systems that really tickle the fancy bone of many different types of people who play, for example. It tickles the fancy bone of the explorers, the PvPers, the PvEers, the raiders. It touches on so much that a lot of these groups like, that I think people that are that play MMOs are really excited for the game for this reason, because they understand the direction that it's trying to head at. So at its core, people are excited, obviously, because of the nature of the game itself, right? The second reason that I believe that it's really popular to talk about right now is it's hit its stride in terms of public relations. I think they finally found a good balance. Originally, when the game first came out, it was primarily Steven doing, all of the, public relations and handling and everything like that. And his excitement always shows through in what he's doing. But it's a lot for one guy to take on. The fact of the matter is, he's also, the creative director, CEO, and, he kind of goes through and he's got a whole range of stuff. He's responsible for, I believe, doing various business dealings and things like that with other companies and working out all that. So it's a lot to actually do. So a big change, and a big change looking back, was when he introduced and hired Margaret and Lieutenant Toast to kind of help with those community relations. And over time, it's gotten such that now, it's the communication is in a really good place, right? It's augmented by a couple instances where Steven steps out and, he talks, he tops on a stream randomly for some reason, for whatever reason may be, or, gets on a stream with another, prominent member of the community, and that still works. But for the most part, the the communication is handled via, Margaret and Lieutenant Toast. The basic gist is he was smart enough to hire people around him who can help him handle, that stuff and take on that primary role, and they have done an excellent job. Both Margaret and Lieutenant Toast have done an excellent job in this, and, maintaining that public face of Ashes of Creation. So that's another big reason. The third reason is that internalizing feedback, I feel that they've gotten much, much better at. What I genuinely felt when Ashes of Creation first came out, or not, it's not out yet, but when I first started getting, testing and going in with Phoenix Initiative even, is I felt that we were less there to, I guess you could say, provide actual feedback, as opposed to, kind of say what we thought about something, and they would just do whatever they wanted anyway, which is technically true, but it felt like we didn't really get a say in it, right? Again, totally understandable, but a lot of the missteps that I felt, kind of going, that happened within Ashes of Creation were completely preventable, in that a lot of people, were pushing back even before these decisions were made. A good example is the Battle Royale, right? I feel that a genuine amount of people who tested beforehand didn't think that it was a good idea to release the Battle Royale, despite the fact that we thought the core reason for it was, perfectly fine. I mean, you've got that. You've got, the decision to, focus on combat at one point. In general, there just felt like there was more knee-jerk reactions back then as opposed to now. Now it feels like they're like, okay, listen, we've got this plan, we're not deviating from it, and more importantly, we're controlling, what we're saying out to the community. That was absolutely fantastic on that respect. Now, one other key thing that I think has worked really well in their favor, it was painful at first, but I think it was the right decision that they made, and that was, to not release dates, right? They had gotten into this groove where they basically say, hey, yeah, Alpha 1's going to be coming in, I don't know, January of 2019, or, and again, I'm just throwing out dates out there, and then January 2019 would come, would pass, or something would happen, and they would not be able to actually hit that date. In fact, it's actually what's happening with New World specifically. They're like, hey, we're going to go for this date, and then it gets pushed. Hey, we're going to go for this date, and this gets pushed, right? And Ashes of Creation really set the bar in terms of their communication when they basically said, okay, from now on, we're only going to tell you a date when we're 100, when we're sure that we're going to meet that date. And I think that over time, that has helped build a lot of trust in what Intrepid says. Whereas before, I felt that their stock was going down because they weren't, there were reasons for not keeping their word, but at the end of the day, they weren't keeping their word. That's happening now specifically, and I think that is a very good thing and reason why Ashes of Creation stock continuously keeps going up and up and up, and people are having more and more faith within for the company, if you will. Yeah, so another reason that I think this is occurring is because of what's going on in the MMO community as a large. The MMO community is a starved community, right? One of the most, if not most popular games right now is a game that was released over a decade ago. I believe it's over a decade ago. World of Warcraft, right? We're talking about a game that... Sorry, I kind of got sidetracked in my head, but yeah, and people are looking forward to its expansion, Shadowlands. It sounds like it's actually going to be a good idea, but the point is there really isn't that much fresh blood within the MMO community, if you will. New World was supposed to be that new injection. People were really excited for it, and then it got delayed a little bit, and then it got delayed again, and now it's delayed again until January of 2020, not January, but sometime in 2021. I forgot what the exact date is. The point is, there really isn't that many new or just new MMOs on the horizon, and we know that Ashes of Creation's Alpha 1 is going to be in the fall, right? So given that, I think there is now even more excitement to see that, okay, even though that this game is going to be in its alpha, it'll still be something that we can go ahead and play, and more importantly, it won't be under NDA like New World was, right? So they'll be able to talk about it and discuss any systems that are coming about in it. It's ripe for, being in that prime position. I think Ashes of Creation is actually in a really good position now to kind of seize the conversation and revolve around it. It's all about execution at this point. And even though the game probably won't be coming out until, I would say, like late 2021, or maybe even 2022, I don't know specifically. I want to see what the progression is from the last time I tested it, from that pre-testing until the testing that's going to happen in August. I want to see what what change happened within that, and then I'll be able to kind of give a better guess, if you will, as to when I think Ashes of Creation is going to come out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, within the community, I've been noticing Steven's been making more appearances on other channels. Like, for example, he did an interview with Jalon. I believe, as of me recording this right now, he's actually talking with Asmongold, the popular streamer from WoW. And so he's starting to make the rounds with it, and introducing his game a little bit more to everyone that's out there, which I think is a good thing. As excitement for it drums up, nothing but good things. But of course, again, still in alpha. It's a true alpha for that, and at this point, gotta hope for them to just keep their heads down, keep pounding it out, and eventually get us the game that a lot of us are hoping to actually experience and see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I genuinely think it's a combination of, what's going on within the community, the fact that the community is starved, it's a great game, and ultimately at the end of the day that, they're doing much better with their public relations as a company and as a whole in general. So yeah, much excitement to them, and, can't wait to see what they have, and hopefully, we get in this particular live stream kind of a tease and preview of what's the next stage of the testing is going to be, and we'll see kind of what that looks like. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you, guys. Take care of yourselves. Alpha Soul out.